Welcome back to the channel, guys and gals, friends and pals. We are out here working on a 2006, 2007 is the end of the 2006 model Ford Focus SES. It had a power steering pump that's bad. So we're going to swap out the power steering pump, and the lines don't seem to be much better. So the lines are going to be harder, I think, than the pump. But we're going to let this thing cool down a little bit and get after it. And show you how involved it is, and hopefully we can save you a little time when you do yours. Ford Focus SES, got it in for a power steering pump and lines. Let's see what year this thing is. So we got 10 of 06, guys. So this is an 06, obviously. Probably 07 on the title if it's late in 06. So here's all the parts. Guys. We got the high pressure line, the low pressure line, the new power steering pump with the reservoir, and they opted to get the one with the pulley on it, which I recommended. Just we're not have to mess around trying to pull the old pulley off and press a new one on. And sometimes when these pumps start going, that center bearing on that thing starts wobbling around, and the pulley might be a little bent or torn up. I don't like reusing the pulleys if I don't have to. You can definitely take that pulley off before you put it on if you think it's going to be easier to mount. Use the puller, but if the pump's got a lot of slop in it, I worry about the pump being, or the pulley being out of square anyway, so it's just easier to put the new pulley on. So everything's new lines, everything, so we don't have to worry about it. Okay, we got our 10mm nut out. I got a small, we got a quartz tray. I don't know if you can see it in the clip there. Anyway, I'll move it so you can see, but these come in pretty handy, keep stuff out of the way. Some little plastic clips here, we're going to pop them out. I'm going to break these wires, or these lines I should say. And there's just a tab on the back side. Get that right out of the way as well. Okay, now with that out of the way, we can kind of see what we got going here. So the reservoir is attached by two little bolts that go under here and here. And then we can get that out of the way. First, we gotta get these clips removed. Find it best if you just get your screwdriver on both, or your needle nose pliers on both sides, and them just pop up. This one there. This one's on your glove cover. Now that's cleared out of the way for the most part. Got one more here on the intake. Be gentle, these are just plastic. You break them, you can get new ones, but or use a zip tie when you're done. I think these are going to be 10mm. Let me get and they are. These little wobble extensions actually work fairly decent. Grab myself the shorter one so we can get in there hopefully a little easier. A little harder to see this one, but it is there. I do believe all these bolts are the same size, so you shouldn't mix them up as far as for the ones for the reservoir and the pump itself. See that plastic there, guys? That's part of the reservoir. Where it slides into the pump. Looking at this, looks like that that was where our leak was coming from. So we'll finish getting this apart, and we'll show you what the damage is. Okay, guys and gals, friends and pals, let's show you this puller here. We just took the pulley off on the car. This is our pulley setup, or our puller setup. You got this collar ring here. You got two pieces, or two halves. One's fatter on the other side than the other. Hooks on your bottom of your pulley and over the top of this nut. This nut has a flange on it, as you can see. That holds that down. With that on there, this collar just keeps the two pieces together. And you screw this down until it pulls the pulley off. Pretty simple. Get that puller kit at Harbor Freight, or you can rent them at AutoZone or Riley. I think I paid maybe $20, $25 for this one at Harbor Freight, but you can do any more mechanic work for any length of time. Pick yourself up one, they're not that expensive, you're going to use it again and again. I usually try and wait till I do a job where I need to buy the tool, and then once I got it, I have it for other projects. So we got our pulley off now. Now we can access the other two bolts for the bottom of the power steering pump. Also, we can access the 18mm nut for the high pressure line. Okay, where I got the wrench here, guys, that's the high pressure line. That's an 18mm nut. I used a fitting wrench to break it loose, and now I just got my little ratchet stubby wrench on there so I can turn it a little easier. But make sure you get a good fit on that. If you ain't got a fitting wrench, I suggest you get one, but if you do have to use a regular wrench, be very careful. Make sure you're on the flats of the nut and just very gently take that. You may be able to just tap it quick and pop it, but mine wasn't too bad. I was able to get that loose, so we're going to take that off, get our last two bolts out, and we'll be in good shape. Hey guys and gals, friends and pals, we are back out working on the power steering. I just should have showed you this here a little bit ago, but just got busy working on it. When you go to put the new power steering lines, it is a nightmare. You gotta take this air box out. I took the battery out. Not that they couldn't route them through there, but just to be able to get your hands down in there, under the engine compartment, because you want the lines run. You can see that gray one there, and that's one of them. The other one's coated. They have to run along the front of the motor, over the transmission, back behind the motor, down. You can see it, probably can't from there. But anyway, back down to the rack and pinion and hook in. So to get it, you can get your arms moved around there to get this stuff. You had to take the air box off and the battery out to make room to kind of turn and twist the wires or the lines so you get them where you wanted to. Anyway, pump is back on. Everything is done. Just reverse order what we did. We got the belt pulled off. If you can get an extra long 13mm wrench for the tensioner, it works great. I was just able to hook two wrenches together. Now, this pump was bought with the pulley already on it. If you don't have a puller or don't want to mess with trying to press it on and off, you can do it without the. You can get everything hooked up without taking that pulley off. It isn't easy. I took a stubby 18mm wrench, and high pressure line is right underneath the bottom of the pump there, which you can't see here. Let me show you on this one. That threaded line actually has to go like this. So that pulley will be sitting right here. So you got to try and thread that line in underneath here with that pulley in place. It's a real pain in the butt. I took a little stubby 18mm, and it took quite a while just to get that nut tight. It can be done. Anyway, just thought I'd show you that. I know a lot of guys don't have the pullers or can't get that. It can be done. Don't get frustrated. Take your time. Just make sure you get the thread started really decently. This one ended up having two leaks. One on one of the power steering lines, and then the reservoir itself, where this reservoir comes on, that little piece there is cracked all the way around where them two O-rings are. You can pull it right off if you want to. It's just sitting in there. So it was just dumping fluid around it. So we had quite a bit of power steering fluid on this engine. Anyway, we did get the power steering, or the coolant overflow back on, reservoir, and we got the belt back on. We're just about ready to fill this up. I got to button up a few of these wires, get them back where they belong, and then plug in our sensor down here for the power steering.